Mr. Chair, may I request that my resource person be recognized? Tony Glencho.
Yes, Attorney Chong, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good morning, and thank you, Mr. Senate President. These slides, sir, is actually a comparison between the excerpts from the DNS log file, as shown by the privileged speech of Senator Soto, as compared to excerpts of the log file that was also provided by the Commission on Elections to the Senate Electoral Tribunal, which was obtained by subpoena. So if you will go over that, they actually match. It's a perfect match. The Commission on Elections does not have to go through line by line. Just look at certain sections of that. That one, for example, the white one, next slide please, that's a perfect match. The COMELEC can go over there and see word for word, line for line, and see if it is not a match. The black one is yung galing kay Senator Soto, Senate President Soto. The white one is from the SET as subpoena, submitted by the Commission on Elections. It's a match. So ibig pong sabihin, totoo po yung sinabi ni Senator Soto. Next slide please. That is also a match on another part of the same DNS logs shown by Senator Soto and excerpts from the COMELEC provided DNS log file. Next slide please. That one is from Senate President Soto. Next slide. That one is from the Commission on Elections. They can check it for themselves. Letter by letter, word for word, number by number, they match. Next slide please. That is also from Senator Soto. Next slide please. That is also from COMELEC, the first three and the last three. Now, kanina po, sinabi po ng COMELEC, ang palusot po nila, and I would like to ask your honors, if that is their final answer, that if these early transmissions are final testing and sealing, is that po the final answer of the COMELEC?
Mr. Chair, the witness is not supposed to ask questions here.
May I ask that question? Is that really? I am adopting the question.
Thank you, sir.
Is it really the final answer?
In the meantime, let me acknowledge now the presence of Senator Binay. She's here with us. Thank you, Senator. What's the answer?
The person in charge of the transmission, sir, is Mr. Roderick Ilagan. May I ask him to respond to the question? Sure, perhaps Mr. Ilagan will...
Mr. Ilagan, please
we can sit.
state also your designation in the and the Secretary will administer the oath to Mr. Ilagan.
Kindly raise your right hand. Kindly state your name,
I'm Roderick Ilagan,
position, and office.
Information Technology Officer of Commission on Election.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Ilagan, may you answer the query that was posed to us by Attorney Chong?
The query is that, sir, if I may, the query is that whether it is a early transmission or an FPS. For us, sir, based on the logs that we have, that is the query of the FPS activity, because that's the only time the machine is querying to the server, that CCS Pilipinas, that's the name of the server, sir.
So, but your diagnostic test, di ba, it's different from the actual transmission? Di ba?
Section 33 ito ng resolution niyo ba ito o sa ano? FTS, no transmission will be performed.
As
Again, may we ask again, may we ask Attorney Chong again for the last question you were posing?
Sir, I was asking if these early transmissions, last final answer po ng COMELEC is final testing and sealing po ba? I'm only asking for an answer na yes or no, if it is final or not.
Or sealing?
Is it final testing and sealing or some
secure
other?
logs that I presented in my speech.
based on the log, sir, I cannot determine if this is a final testing of sealing because it just says a query. It does not say a transmission yet, but a query on the network.
So, Attorney Chong.
Sir, ang ibig ko pong sabihin is pinanindigan po ba ng COMELEC na yung early transmissions are final testing and sealing? Yun lang naman po eh. Kasi ito lang yung sagot nila. That's final testing and sealing to explain na merong early transmissions. So I'm asking the COMELEC if that is their final answer po because I'm going to answer them
Well,
also.
obviously, that's the only answer that they could give because,
Mr. Chair.
yes.
Pangilinan. Yes, just a clarification. Final testing is different from a query because the final testing, and my understanding is, a final testing actually means that it has reached the main frame or main computer from the precinct. Tama ba yun? Yun yung final testing. Pero pagka query pa lang, hindi pa siya umaabot sa nagtatanong pa lang siya. Tama ba yun? So these are two different things. The query that you're saying here, unless it reaches the headquarters, meaning nakakonect, yun, mayroong final transmission. Pero pag query pa siya, wala pang transmission na nangyayari. Tama ba yan?
Tama, sir.
So sa tanong niya, ito ba ay final testing? Ang sagot mo, kung ito ay umabot sa headquarters at na-transmit, yes, it's final testing. Pero kung ito ay query pa lamang at hindi pa umaabot sa headquarters, hindi pa nagka-transmit.
Correct, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yes, Attorney Chong.
the DNS works this way po. The PICOS or the VCM, hindi po niya alam kung kanino po ipapadala yung resulta. Hindi po niya alam kung kanino ipapadala yung resulta. So, pupunta ho siya kay DNS server, which is a domain name system server, which acts as a directory assistance. Nagtatanong po siya, sino po ba ito si transmission code 1730? Kasi hindi ho alam ni makina, ni VCM, kung kanino ipapadala yung 1730. So, si DNS, ang magsasabi sa kanya, doon mo yan ipapadala sa ganitong munisipyo. Munisipyo A sa probinsya B. So, that's the second step for the machine. What we are looking at is the DNS server log, the first part po. So, ang question po ngayon, bakit may nagtatanong na po sa May 8 pa lang? Ang sagot po ng COMELEC, final testing and sealing yan. Kaya po, gusto ko pong malaman if it is a final answer nila, including Smartmatic, because noticeably Smartmatic is very silent, kasama po sila dyan, because pinanindigan nila na final and testing and sealing po ito, then I will counter them with my next slide, sir.
So, is it your final testing and sealing? These queries, these transmissions, queries as pointed out by Senator Pangilinan?
Good morning, sir. I believe these are final testing and sealing or diagnostic transmission results. The only way to assure that is to look at the logs of the VCMs because as it's been stated, these are logs of the DNS and it does not show any type of result being transmitted, sir.
Sir,
Yes, Attorney Chong.
that's exactly what I want to hear. Next slide, please. Yung FTS counter argument.
Before that, Mr. Chair, may I know where the witness, Attorney Chong, is getting all of this data?
Sir, that's from the SET po.
From the...
Senate Electoral Tribunal. Because
this
it was
was
subpoenaed, sir.
Subpoenaed.
Yes,
These
sir.
are the records subpoenaed by the SET from the COMELEC
Yes,
and
sir.
submitted. So
Yes,
these
sir.
are records from the SET.
Yes, sir. Public records na po yan, sir.
Thank you.
FTS counter argument. Sir, malinaw po. Let me restrict. Sinabi po ni Smartmatic, we have to look at the audit logs. to find out if it is a final testing and sealing or it is a diagnostic test. Hindi po, yan, are not FTS. No. Previous. Ito po, yan. Is that the first slide po? Sir, okay. The early transmissions are not FTS. This is what I want to show to the honorable senators. Next slide, please. That is, the black one is from Senator Soto. It says excerpts from the DNS logs of SP Soto III. Then you compare that one with the excerpts from the DNS log file of the COMELEC as provided to the Senate Electoral Tribunal. They're a match. Transmission code 1730 refers to the municipality of Ragay, Camarines Sur. Next slide, please. Ito po yun, ang transmission code 1730 sa kay Senator Soto. Then the next one, rest po. 1730 also in the COMELEC log. Next slide, please. That is a list of all the audit logs. As Smartmatic is telling us, Your Honor, they all bear the code 1730. So iniisa-isa ko po yan. I spent several hours going over each of those audit logs. Next slide, please. It looks like that. That is the audit log. The record of all events, transactions, occurrences within the computer, within the VCM that is recorded in detail by the machine. So isa-isahin po natin, Your Honor. Please po. Makikita po natin that the system was shutting down on May 5. Then it was restarted on May 9. There was no transaction on May 8. Next slide, please. I'm showing you 10 examples out of 62 precincts, but I have already examined them. Isa-isa po, wala pong May 8. There was no transaction whatsoever on May 8. It's all May 5. All testing and sealing occurred on May 5. And then the next time that the machine was switched on, it was already May 9. Wala pong May 9, wala pong May 8 yan. Therefore, that's why I was asking if there is a final answer of the COMELEC and Smartmatic. And Smartmatic already said na dyan makikita sa audit log, and the audit log shows walang transmission. Walang buhay na makina in Ragay, Camarines Sur on May 8.
So,
Next slide.
ano nangyari dito? Smartmatic and COMELEC, ano nangyari?
Not part of the SET, not part of the
Before you answer, Attorney Chong,
Yes, sir.
so from the log in the DNS, you got a code which led you to the municipality of
Ragay,
Ragay.
Camarines Sur, yes, sir.
But it did not give you the specific BCM. Which
No, sir.
So you analyzed
Everything.
how many BCMs
62.
in Ragay? 62.
62, yes, sir.
You analyze all
Yes,
the logs?
I look for every one of them. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm
all.
showing 10.
You're saying
Yes.
all, huh?
Yes, all.
And then, yan, pattern. May 5,
May 5, May 9.
shutdown, May 9.
Yes, sir.
Reboot. Okay.
I'm showing 10 examples just for...
You just showed 10 examples,
Yes,
but you
I showed-
examined 62.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's clear. So we need an explanation kung ganon.
Kasi sabi nila it's a final answer, final testing and sealing, and it's their final answer. Now, we can show walang makinang buhay on May 8. Now, sino ang nag-transmit yan?
Nasusundan na kita, ha?
Yes, sir.
Naiintindihan ko na. Because
Next
you
slide,
examined-
please.
No,
Next slide,
let
please.
The Senate President has a question to the COMELEC to answer.
Next slide, please.
Okay, who can answer, please? Di ba may tanong ka? May tanong ka?
Is that fine? So wala doon.
Yes. Sino yung nagpadala ng transmission ng May 8?
Ayos na namin.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, may we be allowed to verify all the statements because Attorney Chong says there is no transmission on May 8, but the Senate President says there is.
No, yes. Who? That's why we're asking who.
That's why, sir. So may we be allowed to verify first because I think the most important thing here, Your Honors, is to find out were the transmissions, or did the transmission send any result to the CCS?
All right, let me, Mr. Mr. Executive Director, let me cut you there. No, I need to place into the records also some information that I gathered, and you can verify later on. It seems that you will have to do a lot of investigation here. There are allegations that there were fake or cloned machines that was used in 2016. And these were the ones that were transmitting.
So it was not part of the subpoena.
Oh, merong ganong claim. No, I'm not saying that that comes from me. Kaya siguro baka may sasagot kayo.
So hindi yun.
Kung saan nanggaling yung mga transmissions ng May 8.
Submit to this. Ha?
Okay, sir, we will verify that allegation, sir.
All right, I'll accept that for now. Now, yes, another point before I move on to another point, Tony Chong, yes?
Yes, Your Honor, I would just like to place this in the right perspective. Sinabi po ni Executive Director Tolentino, the issue is kung may pumasok po na resulta. That's wrong. The issue here is bakit may nagtatransmit when there is supposed to be no transmission at all on those days. Yun po, malinaw po yung labag sa batas. Labag po yun sa protocols nila. It's not about whether may votes na pumasok or hindi. Ang question is, may nag-attempt, whether it's an attempt or not, it is already a violation, Your Honor.
Sigurado pa dito.
All right. Yes, sir.
Yes, Senator Pangilinan.
I just want to be clarified. Late transmissions are illegal? Is that what you're saying? That any or early? Sorry, there is a period of transmission allowed. My understanding is the testing is May 2 to 6. May 2 to 6, dyan ang testing. So may mga testing transmission yan. Beyond that, nahuli. Ibig sabihin, lumampas na ng May 6, ibig sabihin, hindi na pumasok doon sa deadline. So late. Yung bang late na yun, hirap. Kung late, dahil lampas na sa May 6, illegal ba yun?
Wala na yan sa...
Hindi po. Allowed siya ng COMELEC Reso 10101. Di ba? Tama po
Kasi
ba yan?
ang sinasabi, that is against the law. Yung lumampas sa May 6, tama ba yun? Against the law ba yun? Kasi,
No,
di
sir.
ba,
That is
parang
not.
bakit ka pa nagtatransmit kung tapos na yung transmission period? Di ba? Dapat wala nang transmission. Tama? Bakit merong mga transmission ng May 8? Yun, illegal yun. Yung ba yung sinasabi mo, that's against the law?
No, sir. With respect to final testing and sealing that exceeds beyond May 6, hindi siya illegal. What I'm trying to point out is that when you cannot trace any particular machine as having actually sent it, that becomes illegal because you cannot pinpoint anymore. These are not legitimate machines. The ones that is producing this in Ragay in particular is not a legitimate one because all the 62 were testing and sealing on May 5. There was no transaction whatsoever on May 8. They went back alive only on May 9 in the morning. But the DNS lock, the directory service that they had used, may natanggap siyang query on May 8. On May 8 na nagtatanong, sino po ito si 1730? So that's make it illegal and questionable. Highly questionable, Your Honor. That's my point, sir. And besides, sir, yung sinasabi po nilang testing na transmission, sir, if you will look at the audit logs, merong mga nag-a-attempts po ng transmission, pero most of them, hindi po talaga transmission, testing lang po ng signal.
So as mentioned by Comelec, there are, and you allowed it, testing and transmissions even before May 9. Di ba? May 8, pinayagan yan, testing transmission. So, kasama sa mga hinihiling namin sa inyo, may we now ask you to submit to us copies of municipalities who conducted FTS or testing transmissions in the wee hours of May 8 and May 9. May mga nag-conduct, di ba? So submit nyo sa amin, sino-sino yung mga nag-conduct na yan. So with that, may I move on to another topic of my privilege speech? Oh yes.
Senator Drilon.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Well, may I address this question to the COMELEC? Attorney Chong said that he got this record from the records of the COMELEC as subpoenaed by the SET. Now, is that that's on the record? Now, was the logs from Ragay Camarines Sur submitted to the SET? To this SET? Was it?
Yes, sir. Complete, sir.
No. What it was submitted to the Senate Electoral Tribunal or to the Presidential Electoral Tribunal?
To the set, Your Honor.
To the SET.
Yes, sir. We were issued a sub.
Why to the SET? Was that part of the protest of Tolentino to regarding?
Yes, sir. Tolentino and De Lima, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may.
Attorney Lim.
I think when Attorney Chong was pointing out the logs, he just said that one half of that part came from the SET. Now, I don't know where the other half came from. He said to compare the two and it will match. So maybe if you can ask Attorney Chong where the other half came
Okay, can you respond to that, Attorney Chong?
Sir, he may have not understood me or he was not listening to me. I was referring
please,
to...
Mr.
Yes,
Chong,
I'm sorry.
stop the insults, all
Yes,
right?
sir.
Only senators are allowed to insult here.
What I'm referring to... Thank you, sir.
Not
Thank
a
you.
witness, okay?
What I'm trying to point out is that the DNS, that's only one half. That's what I'm showing here, sir. The other half would be, you may look at the audit logs, which will complete the entire picture. That's what I meant, sir. Hindi ho yung literally hinati ko yung log test, pinakita ko yung half at hindi naman yung the other half. No, what I'm referring to is the different
Well,
systems.
I guess questions are raised here because you are known to be the counsel of Bongbong Marcos,
No, sir.
and therefore your
No,
views
sir.
here might be. What
For the
you-
record, sir, I don't.
Are you
I-
not the counsel of
No, sir.
Bongbong Marcos? But you have represented Bongbong Marcos in the proceedings before the PET.
No, sir.
Oh,
No,
come
sir.
on.
No, sir. Honestly.
I have here a letter of Attorney Garcia, counsel for Mr. Marcos, who mentions you as one of the representatives, alternate representative. This is a letter
Sir.
addressed to the COMELEC on March 17, 2007.
Sir, they can review the logs there of the CCTV if they have found my soul there. Wala po ako doon, sir.
What?
My name was just there, but I never
No,
went
here.
there.
I'm looking at
Yes, sir. I'm not denying that. It may be there, but I never went to the SET, not PET.
But
PET.
yes, I did
Not for
say
any
that
instance.
that you went to the SET. I'm just saying that you are nominated as a representative of Bongbong
I may have been
Marcos
nominated,
request.
but I didn't accept the nomination, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At any rate, ganito, no? The claim of Attorney Chong is that the data in his PowerPoint came from submissions to the SET by the COMELEC of the logs of the DNS. You will have time to double check his statement. If he is found to be not accurate or misleading, as we will sanction him. Kaya may time po kayo. Kaya alam ni Atty. Chong yun. So malakas ang loob niya. So you will have time when you go back to the office to double check. Kayang-kaya niyo double check yun. Dali, may 8, may oras pa. 5 p.m. yata yun or something like that. Okay? Then you tell us kung mali o hindi.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
Okay, just...